Welcome to the Invest Well Show 2025, baby. We're here. It's a new year. I want to talk this show specifically to the entrepreneurs out there. Those of you that are in a place that you've built a company, you've started to see some great success, you're making a couple $1 million a year or more, and you've now graduated from the place where you literally were before. You were taking all the extra capital that you had and you were putting it back into your company. You're trying to grow. You're trying to develop. Well, now you're in a place where you've developed and you got millions of dollars a year, potentially, or $1 million or $2 or $3 or more extra that you're saying, what should I do with this excess capital now? Should I just keep dumping it back into my company? Should I start to diversify and invest in other things? We're going to talk about that on the show today. I think it's so important. And it's a journey that I've been on myself personally, and a lot of other families that we've been able to help along the way with some of the other companies that I have, Wall Private Wealth, U.S. Private Wealth. Not only helping them save money in taxes, which is so important, you got to have a keen eye on that, but also what to do with that capital as you develop it, grow it, and then also position your company for sale. You know, one of the things that happens as you're on this entrepreneurial journey is you're excited about the idea, you're excited about the mission, you're excited about growing and being independent. Now, you may not love the business that you're in, hopefully you do. But you may not love the business you're in, but you love the idea that it is going to ultimately, hopefully, give you the kind of freedom that you're looking for. This is what I want to talk to you about on the show today. How do you get there and not derail yourself? Because there's so many times I've watched entrepreneurs throughout the years literally derail themselves because they're taking bad advice or they're chasing, more importantly, bad investments. One of the biggest challenges and pitfalls with success is it causes your head to grow. I don't mean like literally, but it causes your mindset to say, you know what, I've got it all figured out. I know how to do everything. I'm kind of immune to loss or failure. You kind of forget those humble beginnings. And then you find yourself taking monies and investing it into things because you're chasing ideas that are brought to you, and they may not necessarily be in your best interest. They may not necessarily be focused towards your ultimate goals, but you chase these ideas because they've been brought to you by somebody, maybe somebody that you know, and it's outside of your lane of expertise. And so you take some risk and you end up kind of blowing yourself up, which then extends your timetable of how much longer you have to work to actually get to that place of freedom. This is so important. So what are a couple things that you can do on your journey to kind of avoid that, hopefully altogether? The first thing that you can do, number one, is make sure that while you're growing, that you are focused on getting the right tax advice around your income. You know, one of the greatest costs that you will ever experience in life, if you don't correct it or solve the problem or get better advice, one of the greatest costs along the way is taxes. We know this. We pay taxes on everything. We pay taxes on our income. We pay taxes on our home. We pay taxes on almost everything that we buy. Taxes are so important. And when you get control of what you pay and don't pay in taxes, it gives you a lot more freedom and flexibility to grow towards where you want to go. So number one, get the right advice in relation to taxes. And by the way, a little side note, a lot of you, as you grow, you start a company or you buy a company, and now you're making a couple $1 million a year or more. A lot of you, as you grow, you're literally outgrowing your CPA. A lot of CPAs, tax preparers, are not accustomed to working with people that are making millions and millions of dollars a year. Or maybe you're with a large firm and they're just so afraid of the IRS that they actually don't incorporate the planning that's part of the tax code because they want to keep their process simple and easy. So that way it's easy to just replace another CPA and put somebody in the seat without really doing a lot of complex planning. So number one, get your taxes in order. Number two, to not chase things is ask yourself, where is this investment coming from? Who is providing this investment to me? What kind of experience do they themselves have in this investment? And I think even more importantly than that, how concentrated is it? Now, when I say concentrated, I'm not talking about your apple juice and how much concentration of juice is actually in there versus water. I'm talking about the idea of how concentrated your investment is. As an example, I had a conversation with a guy the other day, and we were talking about the idea of investing in single-family homes. And he was talking about one of the things they looked at is things like where an Amazon's going to build or things like that. That's an opportunity to grow, and let's go ahead and develop or buy homes there. Well, I was just in Grand Rapids with Nathan, my brother-in-law. He operates as a certain position in one of the companies that I have, and we literally were driving by an Amazon location. And I said, wow, it's a beautiful location. When is that opening? Looked like a brand new building. And he said, Mike, it's actually not opening. They built that a couple years ago, and they decided, because of just some of the things that happened politically with the local municipalities, that they decided not to open the building. Crazy. So you drive by that building, and imagine if you were someone that says, hey, there's going to be thousands of new workers coming to this Amazon location, so it makes sense there's going to be a need for housing. Let's go and invest in housing around this location. And then all of a sudden, Amazon doesn't open the doors. And you're left with these houses that are all around. You're saying, oh, what do I do with it now? The demand's not there. So how concentrated is your investment? Is it just in one location, one area, one demographic? Or is it diversified? The other thing I think you want to think about is realistically, the knowledge that you have around the investment, how good is it? In other words, make sure you're getting someone to weigh in and get great advice on whether or not you should enter or not. So important. The third thing is, again, don't chase your emotions. Emotions can take us totally off the wrong path. I've seen it time in and time out, again and again and again, where people literally chase their emotions in life. They chase what they're drawn to, and then all of a sudden, years down the road, they find themselves caught in something that they just don't know how to unwind because they emotionally got involved. Maybe it's this get rich quick idea, or maybe it's the idea that this is the best deal ever. You heard me talk about that in some other shows. So don't chase your emotions. And at the end of the day, you just got to make sure that you're intentional. You're growing your company. You've been disciplined to grow your business. You know what you know. The Bible talks about there's wisdom in with a multitude of counselors. Proverbs talks a lot about wisdom. And I'm going to challenge you to seek wisdom. Pray. I'm a big believer of praying and asking for wisdom for the decisions that I make in life. I love the verse in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6 that says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Not some of it, but all of your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Obviously, he referring to God. So when you're in life and you're making a decision, why not consult the one that knows everything? Omniscience, science, all-knowing, science, knowledge, right? Consult God, and then consult people in your life that you trust. And if you don't have people in your life that you trust, actively look and seek people out that actually know things that you don't know, that are understanding of things that you don't know. And by the way, just because someone is in a particular space, whether it's financial or tax or landscaping or development or lawn care or health care or whatever it is, doesn't mean they're an expert in the space. Make sure that you take some time to really vet the people that you're connecting with. Don't just blindly receive ideas and then run down that path. So consult some wisdom. Don't chase ideas. Don't just chase investments. In fact, be more intentional in actually incorporating a real plan for what you want to do. And if you don't know how to do that on your own, find someone that can come alongside you and help you with that. Listen, we got a great team. The other companies we have, leanonthewall.com. You got questions. Folks there have been helping families for years and years and years develop quality plans around their wealth and significantly reduce taxes to incorporate focused, comprehensive planning from either selling a company, reducing taxes, maximizing investments, all of these things. These are things that are absolutely crucial when you look at your life to get the right planning and the right guidance to make the right decisions. Be blessed, be intentional, and don't chase investments. Talk to you soon.